In this episode of Rob Christie Hike Across America, we continue with our mission, try to find something worth doing in every state. This week, we're in California, and we're going to be checking out Yosemite, Kings Canyon, and Sequoia National Parks, as well as everything in between. But first, we have to shortcut through Death Valley, coming from Vegas, just to get to our first stop. But in case you were wondering, Death Valley is a national park, so your American the Beautiful Pass will work. Otherwise, it's $35 per car. Now there are no entry gates here, so you will have to pay your fee at the visitor center. Our first official stop takes us to a place I've been wanting to go to for a really long time, and that's Alabama Hills in Lone Pine, California. Located just off of Highway 395, Alabama Hills is the perfect place if you're a movie buff or just a fan of some really big rocks. We're at our first stop here in California at Alabama Hills at the Nightmare Rock. Alabama Hills has been featured in a variety of movies, from Tremors, Iron Man, Gladiator, to about 100 westerns, including the famous How the West Was Won. On to the next stop. Now we really didn't have a lot of time to spend here, seeing that we had to make it to Mono Lake before sunset. But there was one thing I had to see before leaving the area, and that was the Mobius Arch. If you're ever in the area and just have a little bit of time, the Mobius Arch is the one I suggest. We're doing the arch loop here, the Alabama trails for the Mobius Arch. And there you have it, the famous Alabama Hills Mobius Arch. Now this 6-foot high, 17-foot wide granite arch is to California what the Delicate Arch is to Utah. Now, I really liked Alabama Hills a lot. I really wish we could have had more time to spend here, but we had to get to Mono Lake before the sun set. This place does remind me a lot of Wichita Mountains in Oklahoma. Now, our next stop took us to Mono Lake, which is located right on the 395 in Lee Vining, California. So we're at our second stop here in California, or third stop actually. This is Mono Lake, or Mono Lake, depends on how you want to pronounce it. I'm here at sunset. We got a hotel here for the night, and I'm going to get this at sunrise as well. You can see I got just a little bit of sun left, so I'm going to try to get down there as fast as I can. So I ran all the way down here to the boardwalk, to the shoreline, trying to get down here before I didn't have any light left. I'm completely out of breath, but hopefully it's worth it. see. Really gorgeous. We're gonna do this walk tomorrow morning at sunset or sunrise and check them out a little bit more in detail. But for right now, I just wanted to get them while the sun was going down. I'm just gonna do a real short part of the trail. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. I'm just gonna come back and do that in the morning with Christy. But I just want to get some of these other shots here. Fortunately, a little bit of clouds we had lost color about 20 minutes ago, right as I was pulling up. So I'm gonna go ahead and head back to the car before it gets too dark and I can't find my way back, because it's a little bit of a walk. But we'll be back in the morning. Back at Mono Lake for sunrise.
With his sexy wife, Christy.
With my sexy wife, Christy, as always. Now, several movies have been made here over the years, but none of them are worth mentioning. But if you were ever a fan of the 80s hair band Cinderella, this is where they made their video, You Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone. And if you weren't a fan, they still made the video here. Now, the rock formations here are called tufas. They weren't even discovered until 1941, when they decided to drain the lake, and the tufas were exposed. Now, below the lake, some of these tufas can reach up to 30 feet tall. And though it is very beautiful, Mono Lake is poisonous. It has the highest traces of arsenic of anywhere on the planet. So Mono Lake is just as gorgeous at sunrise as it is at sunset. Actually, I think I like it better at sunrise. You get to see a little bit more. We still haven't got the sun poking over the edge yet. So once that happens, we'll get some cool contrast on these tufas. Now, Mono Lake is a photographer's paradise. Some of the best pictures I've ever seen were shot right here, which is why I wanted to come here in the first place, especially at sunrise and at sunset. If you ever had a magic rock garden growing up as a kid, this is pretty much the same thing, just in a full-size version. Like I said, this is it for Lake Mono. I'll be heading up to Lake Tahoe after this, doing some waterfalls. In the next episode of Rob Christie Hike Across America, we continue with our time here in California. We go to Lake Tahoe, check out some waterfalls, and other stuff as well. So if you found yourself liking this video and you want to see more, please like, share, subscribe. There's plenty on the channel, more on the way. Until next time, keep on hiking.